your mind? Is it a good level? Is it getting forward? Is it driving forward every week?
What we've struggled with, particularly this season, is keeping the same names every week. I mean, I've had to learn new names nearly every week. And until we get I mean, yes, there's been steady improvement, and Tim's doing a really good job. And once we get settled with a regular team, or 90% of them regular, then I think we'll certainly be the best of the rest, as in the best of the southern teams. I think that's a good possibility.
Let's look at the setting. Let me tell you what I can see. We're down at the famous Iffley Road Rugby Ground. I'll call it that for want of a better, where the Dark Blues play. 100 yards away from a place called the Plane, and that's Tim on the announcing there, which I'll be having a word with the volume for that. But opposite me is the Iffley Road houses. Just in behind the Iffley Road houses is a stand with 4 or 5 rows of seats that go from touchline to touchline. Away to my right hand side is the tree end of the ground where the caretaker's house is. That's away from the city. Away to my left is the city end of the ground. Got the pavilion in the corner, the Sir Roger Bannister's running track just over the trees to there. We're in the main stand on one side. It's a beautiful setting, not many clouds in the sky. Good rugby league weather, Doug?
I mean, you look at it, there should be no handling errors, really. I mean, nothing ever goes to plan, but hopefully some good running rugby on display today.
They should indeed. The Dark Blues, Oxford, will be starting off, and receiving will be the Scorpions, and we start straight away, and it's knocked out inside the 10-metre line. Emanuele brought it down nicely, and now they drive forward. First tackle down. It's all about getting your sets done. If you hear that phrase, it's a set of 6 plays, normally resulting with a 40-20 kick if you're deep in your own territory on your 6th play. 5 tackles, you'll get the signal from the referee, who today, Danny, I'm afraid, out there, it's back to the lemon. Not impressed with the lemon referee's kit. Sort of takes a little bit of an edge away. But South Wales Scorpions driving. They're over their 30-metre line, about 32 metres dead centre, as they play away from the city end of the ground. Here comes the kick, not long. Danny Thomas has gone back to full back, took a high one at the throat there. Good hands, almost popped off the neck, and now tries forward, runs into a wall of white. It is a white, basically, kit for the South Wales Scorpions with light blue on the left and right arms, and it's the Dark Blues that come away with the rugby ball now. Minyaka out to Andrade, who buries himself with a big hit there. Joy would have got no joy whatsoever from that hit, but he holds him well. Now Minyaka feeds it out, and again it's going to be a nice little break by Milburn, held down just shy of the halfway line. Minyaka feeds it the opposite way this time. Nice drive again by Oxford, almost to the 40-metre line. 5th tackle. What's the play going to be here? A little dink and up and under. Underneath it. This is going to be tough for Sheridan to take, but he's taken it well and fell on the ball as well. What are you hoping for, Steve, from Oxford in this first set of plays? Just to set the tone?
Yeah, set the tone. In the past they've had like 20-minute spells where they've lost their way, and sometimes that can be the beginning, sometimes halfway through. But yeah, just contain them, put pressure on them. A bit of controlled aggression that we've been lacking in the past.
That is, it's changed. I was very impressed with Kitson, a little scurrier.
Yeah,
he was very busy. He's down on the replacements now. I'm sure he'll play a big part, but South Wales go for an up and under just shy of the halfway line. That's a deep one. Blythe's under it, spills it backwards, and it's picked up very quickly and away. Emanuele now feeds it out far side. There's a real chance here. There's an overlap on the far side. Could be held up just shy of the try line, but I think he's gone over. A great break on the far side, and it's Newbury that's gone over, and he's gone over in the corner. And that drop by Matty Blythe, who's on a dual registration, was an awkward one over his shoulder, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. You know, I think it's hugely disappointing. The first set, we restricted them to 20 yards and a similar amount in the second defensive set, but it was really a kick to nothing, and it's paid off big for them, just thanks to a little mistake.
Easily done, isn't it? There's quite a breeze. You can hear it across our microphones at the moment. There still is quite a breeze rattling around Oxford in this is going to be a reasonable. I think the wind's coming in from the city end, so it's going to be wind assisted. As he's sprung it out, he's 22 metres out, just in from the Scorpions' left flank. Addresses the ball. Referee stands. Touch judge says one with some seriously red hair. He's got to be careful in this sunshine. Decent kick. They're there, and he's got it. That's a nice conversion, and a very good conversion indeed. Would you say from on the far side?
Absolutely fantastic nudge. But yeah, I think I saw the touch judge with some P20 in his bag, so he's well protected today.
Edwards with the conversion, and within 3 minutes, Oxford trail by 6 points, and again they will be setting the football off to for South Wales to receive. And indeed the man that just converted sees Emanuele pull the ball down, driving forward. Oxford will have to get themselves back in there. Surprised as well with the pain barrier. Normally a real big man that drives forward on the bench as well. Oxford trying to snap into their challenges. We've had 3 minutes. They trail by 6 points. It doesn't mean much. Good hit there by Matty Bly of Minyaka, trying to hold up the man in the middle of the park, Farah. And in the end, Connor Davis comes away. Farah now drives forward with the ball up to the 40-metre line for the Scorpions. Held down by Andrade. What do you got, Steve?
Dislocated his fingers, something. Matty.
Yeah.
Looks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big brave man with a decent tash, so he should be able to pull that back into place.
Yeah.
He's trying desperately to do it as he can.
Errol Brown lookalike.
He is, isn't he? He'll know that whatever happens, if we're a long way behind, he'll be the one person that says he believes in miracles. Minyaka feeds it. That's a terrible gag. Move away from it. Let's get on with the rugby league.
He's a sexy thing, though.
He is, though. I didn't want to tell him that. You can. Here he comes, finger back in place, runs in, spills it out. Minyaka finds Brooker. Brooker with a nice break to the halfway line as Oxford try and drive forward. Minyaka trying to set things off. In it goes there, straight into the hands there. Trying to find that man there on my list, and I can't find it. Look at that. I've got a 31 out there on my list.
Alugia, I think.
Alugia is a 33. He's slightly different to the 31, which is the man I'm looking for.
31.
Who was 31? That's Mark Barlow. There he is. He's there. He's got his number in the opposite corner for me. Right, Oxford have finished their set. Back to the commentary. They trail by 6 points. You'll listen to oxfordshiresportsonline.co.uk. And I finally got my head around most of the things that are going on the pitch. I'm joined today by injured player Doug Randall and super fan, they call him, Steve Jones. And hasn't been the start that they want, has it, Steve?
No. In a word.
Well, you keep them short. You give me a chance to get a breather in there, son. Right, I'll go back to you, Doug, because I reckon, as Danny said, you'll chat away. South Wales have spilt. They've spilt on the 40-metre.
That was important. I think, it's given us a chance to start attacking their half. 1 or 2 good plays, and hopefully, we'll have 3 or 4 at their line. So
yeah, that was a very loose bit of handling, in fairness. Let's just tell you, when a man is held up, 1 man can poach the ball, 2 men in the tackle can't. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 man on his own can go after the ball, 2 can't. But just so Danny knows, the Lemon has been quite good around the rocks. Hasn't been holding on too long. So
Mr. Campbell, who is, in fairness, the man on the near side, it's just not a good lemon, though, is it? It really isn't a good lemon. The white's dangerous, but the lemon is just not nice at all. And when you've got a tough gig with 26 players giving you pretty much lip all the time, you don't want to be stood there looking like a pancake edition. It really isn't good.
Supporters give this linesman a hard time. The first time he was here, we called him the Brill Cream Boy. He's changed his hairstyle slightly, but
he is gelled up, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's gone for that sort of semi. He's got a decent head of hair, the touch judge on the near side, and he's gone for the semi sort of, what should we say, the semi Mohican, and the just look, the just sort of at a bed look, and then you wear lemon. You're just not giving yourself a chance, are you, Doug?
No, I think he's trying to cover up the bit of thinning at the back, really. So it's all wading towards the back.
I think that's a double crown. I give him a chance on that. But
benefit of the doubt
benefit of that on the thinning there, but he has. In fairness, you're right. It's a bit of a swirl over it, isn't there? Bit of a short swirl. Right, we're back in for a uncontested scrum, and Thomas makes a break over the 40 metres line. First tackle down, 33 metres, trailing by 6 points. Oxford Rugby League. Minyaka, what a big one into Alusia, who's taken 3 to get him down, but he's still going. He finally goes down 21 metres away from the try line. Minyaka to Andrade. Andrade has just bounced one. He's bounced 2. He's gone back for the second time. The South Wales Scorpion player there bounced off the chest and went back a couple of yards. Minyaka into Brooker. Oh, nice take there as well. This time Milburn's held down 10 metres out. Real chance here for Oxford. Minyaka, and it comes this way into the arms, the solid arms. Is that Scott that's going forward? Comes out again. Oh, good offload to Minyaka, who's trying to get to the try line. Held just a metre, and it's a 5th tackle. Out it comes again. Little feed away. Now there's a real chance, and the man that's going through is Richards. Held up though, and that set has been completed, but they haven't got over the try line. Still trailing by 6 points, as Oxford will now try and keep the Scorpions inside their half for their 6. They didn't quite get close enough, but having said that, last time out here when they played, and it was against, I've got to just check my notes. It was the University of Gloucester All Golds. The first half wasn't that impressive. Got up to the try line an awful lot, but second half performance was pretty impressive to turn over the All Golds, who I believe lost yesterday against, tell me?
Hemel, wasn't it?
Hemel, yes. So chance for the target of the season, which is to be the top southern side, well within the boys' grasp, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah. I'll say the northern teams we'll probably pick up the odd win.
It's a decent kick in fairness there by Farrar.
That's a great
It's
kick.
a great kick. It just keeps going. Thomas has had to come right across the full width. Picks it up nicely inside his own try line, and now comes out and is held up, and that was a superb kick. The diminutive number 9 there, Farrar, with an excellent one. Matty Bly comes out, runs into a wall of Scorpions on the 10 metre line. Second tackle. Oxford will try and drive forward again, and they will do. Matthews into a solid challenge. Minyaka trying to pull the strings. Big hit for Josh Scott going forward, 22 metres out from his own post. Minyaka to Thomas. Now there's a real chance for the man who was Luz Blurka to go over, 25 metres out. This is 5th tackle. This kick has got to be good. Out it comes. It's going to be Richards. Puts a high one out here. Near side. Nicely taken. Good take. Nicely held up in the wind. Williams goes forward. Minyaka with a solid hit. They're on a 40 metre line. Holds his man up. Just held up in the breeze, didn't it, Doug?
Yeah, it did, but it was a solid exit set, and that will give the lads a bit of confidence, knowing that if we're ever in a tight spot, later on down the line, we'll be able to get out of it and execute the set. So that was important for us. I mean, kick at the end, just held up in the wind, but
there we are. Emanuele goes far side. There's a bit of an overlap. Jones Bishops covers the run. Is out into touch. And it's a bit of a slow burner, isn't it, for Oxford at the moment, Steve?
Yeah. As I say, they tend to have a quiet spell. Sometimes they start slow. But I mean, it's 6-0. It's not the end of the world.
Scholars, couple of weeks ago, Scholars first half. I've not seen their first half like it. They really played exceptionally well. Did the dart blows, but they've driving forward, ball back in hand, 22 metres out, and it's my top man Brooker that's in amongst it. Minyaka, Bly drives in, strong hit there, comes in from Phillips, holds him up. Bly pulled down 30 metres from his own post, back to Minyaka. Minyaka feeds it out. Andrade spins in the challenge there with Dallimore. Back it goes, Minyaka looking, and now the man that's going to go. Oh, that looked high. You heard it from us there. Picks himself up really, really well.
he's not the tallest with it. It's quite easy to get a little high shot on him. But this will give us good field position deep in their half, and hopefully we can execute from there.
Yep, just an arm across the face. Wasn't a high tackle, more just a forearm off, and the kick going out to the right.
I think he was just saying hello.
Yeah, just here's my forearm. Do you think this is the same spelling of your name? Oxford back on Barlow. Minyaka exchanging. Big drive forward by, I think that's Scott going through there. It is. Held up 22 metres away. Minyaka driving. Andrade runs through one, runs through two. Gets the offload as well. And the man there with him is Barlow. Barlow goes through a lot of work, doesn't he? Near side again. Oh, big strong drive again. It's Milburn that's trying to get over the line. He's being held up by 4 Scorpions. And he has been held up. Correct?
Yeah, he has, so it will be out 8 yards and a play the ball from there. But I mean, this is looking a lot more promising. I think we've got 3 more tackles left to hopefully get some points on the ball, because I wouldn't say we need it, but it would be nice at the moment.
It's always nice. Yeah. It's like, that's a very good effort there from Barlow. Held up 4 metres shy of the line. 2 tackles left. Minyaka's there to receive. Spins it out. Here's a real chance. The drive goes forward. Scott is over. Excellent little side step to his right. Inside and outside of 1 tackle. Goes over 4 metres wide of the right-hand pipe as we face it. The left-hand pipe of the Scorpions. And that was an excellent bit of work by Scotty, wasn't it, Steve?
Yeah, very good.
He says stuffing. What is that? What are you stuffing? Are you on air live with John Smiths?
Yeah.
You are.
Blame my brother for that. Next behind you.
But it was a good little well-worked try, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Some good handling.
Well, Mr. Richards has got a kick in front of the post. 15 metres out. Straight one. Always the easiest, aren't they, Doug?
Yeah, saying that, I've probably missed a few of these down the line. Under 13 stuff, really. But I'd put my mortgage on Louis if I had one.
An audacious little drive through the centre, and good arms there from both the touch judges. Nice straight arm with a good crisp flag waft at the end, Steve. Did you not like that? That was good. That was good sort of symmetry, I felt. Yeah. But it's 6 points apiece, and we have Richards with a conversion. So it's 6 apiece, and they'll be receiving. That's great feeling, isn't it? When you get a try and a conversion, and you get to get the ball as well. If the kick's not great, you've got a real chance of position.
Yeah, I mean, it'll effectively, providing nothing disastrous from South Wales, it'll be an exit set from us here. But as long as it's a good, solid exit set, we can give ourselves good field position in their half, because defensively, bar that mishap for the try, we've looked pretty solid.
Richards takes it well. Try scorer Scott runs into a wall of Scorpions on the 20-metre line. And again, pops it back. Minyaka, Blythe out to Minyaka's right, drives forward just shy of the 30-metre line. Long hold on there. 10-metre line pretty good from the referees, making sure last weekend's referee was a little bit loose with getting people back and laying on, I felt, but it was his first game at this level.
He'd been very kind there.
Well, the sense of fair play, he's not here to defend himself. Richards finds Brooker. Brooker's got the overlap here on the near side. Matthews goes outside his man, just shy of 10 metres. What a great work that was by Oxford. Feathered it out to their left. And again, now Richards back inside the 10. Blight tries a sidestep, but too close. Really big tackle there. Big hit by Phillips. Pulls him to the ground. 5th tackle. Minyaka, and again, a little tap and go, and it's not a bad one. Chance for Matthews, and a knock on as well, I feel, from one of the Scorpions. Would you say?
Don't know.
Oh, it's off the knee, wasn't it?
Find out in a second.
Don't think they're. No, it was a knock on.
It was a knock on, yeah.
I mean, this is what we need: pressure and territory in their 20-metre line, and hopefully we can get another try here, and that'll hopefully be the inspiration we need to kick on, because that, like you said, it's been a slow burner so far. It
has been, but it's daylight, isn't it? Once you get a couple of scores, if you can make it 2 scores, catch up is very much difficult. Now Oxford on the 10 metres, out they come. Richards, back it goes. Chance now. Thomas in the line. Jones Bishop, nobody out further, so Jones Bishop has to come inside. 12 metres shy of the Scorpions try line. Going towards the city end. Again, there's a real chance. In goes Barlow. Held up now. 6 metres shy of the try line. Just by the post as well. Minyaka feeds it out. Brooker. In it goes. Real big one. It spins over. Excellent try there by Milburn. Hit the tackle. Span in the tackle. And down the ball.
No.
Yeah, we've got a...
He's not give it.
No, I think he's lost possession of the ball in going down. And that's what the referee's saying here.
Yeah, he spilt it over the line.
There we go. It was a big hit. He span in the tackle. The South Wales Scorpions doing good work. And they now have the ball. And the put in for the scrum. And now try and come out from their own territory. 6 apiece. Good tackle. We should give them some credit with that. To spill the ball. As you boys are trained to make sure it sticks like glue inside the grip. James Bishop with a solid challenge on the far side. Down the Scorpions' left. And they're trying to build a little head of steam, but they're not giving many yards, to coin an American phrase. No. In that second challenge. Now there's a chance coming out. Little sidestep by Connor Davis. Easy to pick out with the hat on. And now Farrar feeds it. There's a real chance. Oxford trying to do well here. And they've not allowed the Scorpions much yardage at all. And now there's a chance for a breakout, and it's a decent break as well. Manages to fend off a couple, does Millington, but he's not made the 40-metre line. And now it's going to be a kick. Farrar drops it out, and it's going to be Emanuele high. Jones Bishops leads with his left leg, lets it bounce. Can he pick it up? Does touch it backwards, so it's not a knock on, but it's deep in his own 10 metres. And the Scorpions are out there very quickly to hold it up. Catching's not looking our favourite pastime today, Doug, if I can be honest with you. No, it was a
difficult one to take. It was out of Bishop's reach. We tried to control it with his foot, but I mean, it's full credit to South Wales. Their kicking game's been spot on. They've put us under pressure going backwards, and well, they've already reaped the rewards for it, so hopefully we can start containing the kick better.
Alusia is on dual registration, and he is just driven forward. But we have a decision from the referee which, to one person in the crowd, and Oxford have lost their set. There's going to be a scrum, and it's going to be South Wales that are going to put it in. Could you see what that was, Steve?
I didn't, to be honest. I was looking at the team sheet there.
You bring him in to do punditry, and then when you want it, he's like Arsene Wenger in the rugby league. I was looking at the team sheet, mate, didn't see it.
Too many John Smiths, I think.
And there's a drop. That's an absolute bonus for the referees.
I think he's saying we slapped it out.
Yeah.
There he is.
2 men in it. Was it?
Oh, pardon me for being a new boy involved with rugby league. But two things that strike me was, one, I thought he dropped that. I don't think that was a slap. And second thing, Tim Rumford's looking very relaxed at the back of the stand on the far side. Don't know which one's perplexing me more, him or the referee.
He was very animated last week.
Oh, he was, wasn't he? He was like a caged tiger. He was pacing up and down, not knowing what to do, but he's very, very relaxed. He knows my beady eye is on him. Yeah. Scorpions 14 metres shy of the try line. Farrar now with a drive forward. Little offload there to Phillips. Phillips now coming across the 20-metre line, finally downed in the tackle. Scorpions looking to build, and now they drive forward again. Little dancing Dallymore going through, gets to the 10-metre line. Still they're coming forward as South Wales. It's 6 apiece. Good offload, excellent offload, and a try for joy. Really well done. And Farrar just with that reverse pass found joy, and that was a nice bit of rugby league. I've got to say, even it's the opposition, that was a nice offload. Yeah,
it was a great passage of play. I mean, you look at South Wales, their dummy runners were spot on, and the eventual guy had a gaping hole to run into. So, I mean, I don't know what was going on with the defence there, but, I mean, the hole was too large. You could have got a bus through that.
Could have got me through there, but that was... but it was nicely executed. There's something about the sort of unconventional pass at the back that looks so nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a skill. If it comes off, you score many a try from him.
Indeed, you can. You go back to your John Smith back there. I know you're desperate for a slurp. Emanuele is going to take this conversion attempt, and he's again no more than 22. Stop laughing, Doug. He's out there. He's having a nice time. He didn't think he was working today, but he's back now. John Smith's decent head. Right, at Oxford_sports is where you can get involved with us if you're enjoying this afternoon's Kingston Press National League 1 Rugby League down here at the Iffley Road Rugby Ground, and it's a chance here for Emanuele to pop it between the pipes to make it 12 points to 6, and it would be a little bit of a blow, bit of a breeze, as I say, coming in from his back, so it will get forced towards the sticks. Emanuele takes his time, addresses the ball, right foot, that's straight through the centre, that's going nowhere but straight through, and it's 12 points to 6. And anybody, let's be honest with you before I get Tim over at the end of the game, is anybody but Oxford the only architects of their own downfall here? A missed catch by Matty Blight
I think
for the
you can
first,
say
and
that.
and a little bit of a poor defensive work there.
I think you can say that, but at the same time, you still got to execute it. It doesn't matter if it is our own downfall. South Wales have executed well, and full credit to them for that.
And what will the boys be thinking now? Oh, I thought we just had to turn up today.
I wouldn't necessarily think it's that. I mean, we just haven't seemed to get out the blocks at the moment, so maybe we're still on the bus. But
it's going to be interesting as South Wales come out 28 metres away from their own try line. Farah, who's very, very, very useful, quite interesting. And Farah, now the kick comes in from Emanuele, right down the throat of Danny Thomas, who takes it well, again slightly under it on his own 20 metre line. Good breakout by Danny Thomas, very lively character. Oxford breaking away down their right. Jones Bishop now receives the ball, first tackle down, 30 metres out now, finally gets pulled down by 3 Scorpions. Long time on top as well, bit of a low pass there. Kit is on, he will scurry, he'll make things happen, that's for sure. Danny was very, and the pain barrier's on, he's in. He's taken 5 straight away.
Yeah.
The man with no neck and big feet apparently rolls it back to Kitson. Kitson now
Kitty.
trying to find a break and does well. Good Paul Gary there, up to the 30 metre line. Blight gets it, little tap and charge going on. Kitson trying to get there. Going across there is Sheridan, but the ball is bounced several times, and in the end it's gone through. Touch.
Drop out.
20 metre dropout.
20 metre dropout, that's excellent work. Excellent kick as well by Matty Blight. Fortunate with a bit of a bounce, but in the end Sheridan went back through his own try area and really couldn't deal with it because it was chased down well, wasn't it?
I'll tell you what, you've got to take it back to Johnny Payne's first hit up. I mean, he got a quick play, the ball allowed Kitto to go from there, and we were really, the defence was going backwards from that point of view. So for his first carry, he certainly got off to the right note as a Payne train.
He has indeed.
Here he goes again.
Pulls it down. Here he goes. Just as soon as he gets up into amble mode, there's going to be 3 dragging off him in about 5 minutes' time. Here it comes, near side. And the man I keep losing on my sheet there, Milburn, drives forward. And it's 22 metres away from the post. And away he goes. Milburn crashes into 2 or 3 again. 12 metres. Oxford with a real opportunity here. Kitson finds Barlow. Barlow feeds it out to Richards. Richards to Blythe. Blythe checks back inside. Little reverse pass to the man Richards. Comes out on this near side of Matthews. Matthews dragged to the floor in the end, unceremoniously by Leather. And Oxford now go forward again. Matty Blythe 10 metres out. Breaks through 2. Great offload. Excellent chance for Scott, who's held up. And he's held up a yard away from the line. Back it comes out from Thomas to Kitson. Kitson tries it, and the cutout has come. And in the end, it's brought down as an excellent block by South Wales. And you've got to take your hat off to Leather, who knew exactly what Kitson was trying to do. That was a bit of slack play, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, the chip over the top's always worth a try, but the Scorpions were onto it, weren't they?
I've got to say, he was very close to the man.
Yeah.
Leather when he tried to, he's trying to get it up and over a man that stood no more than a foot away. What a tackle there by Blythe. Really pulled down Joy, the try scorer, easily. And in the end, it is Emanuele who's run into a wall of dark blue right on the halfway line, just in front of the main stand here. Still, and now Emanuele puts an up and under. Danny Thomas checking his feet, gets there, takes it well. Now he comes away with the football for the dark blues of Oxford
chase.
Rugby League. It is a good chase. They've got the tail. There's a certain aspect about Cardiff. There's a certain aspect here about the South Wales Scorpions that sort of say, I think we're going to poop on your party today. Good break there by Illugia. Great work by Kitson. Kitson has strolled through 2 or 3. He's got to help here. And Matthews with the offload from Kitson will take it. What a break by Kitson. He's picked that up really quick, scurried and scampered some 20 metres forward, going towards the city end. Ably supported by Matthews. Little offload to his left. Matthews under the pipes, uncontested. And what a great try that was.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, it just goes to show how important a quick play the ball it is. With a man like Kitson, he's feisty, and if you give him even half a chance, he'll take it. And he's punished South Wales there, really, just for allowing us a quick play the ball.
He reminds me, I don't know if you would go with this one, Steve, he reminds me of a bit of a wasp. You know, you can't actually get rid of him, can you? He's sort of all over you, you know. It's like you've got a lolly and he just won't go away until he's ruined everything that goes on. But he done exceptionally well there to Mr. Kitson. Conversion done nicely. It's all tied up at 12 points apiece, but he's like that. He's one of those people that just keeps getting involved.
Yeah, there's the odd player that if they played for somebody else, you'd hate them.
Sort of Robbie Savage-esque, you know.
Lee Breers was one of them. I've been a Warringtonian. I loved him playing for Warrington, but if he played for anybody else, he would have been really irritating.
Yeah, he is. Danny spoke lovingly about Mr. Kitson, but he also he's difficult to sort of swipe away sometimes when you want a bit of respite. You know, he's always there.
I think that's a bit rich coming from Danny, actually.
Yeah, you've got to feel sorry for the man. That's a poor kick. Really poor kick. Hit the back of Kitson, of all people. Fell straight to Matty Bly. Matty Bly gets it, and a chance now for Oxford to build on their set from their own 40-metre line. It's all tied up down here. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Too much holding on there. And I believe that's always a sign, isn't it? When they start to hold on, there's a little bit of weariness coming in the legs.
Well, I think that quick play of the ball's kind of got South Wales thinking not to allow Kits in the front foot, and he went in for a second go, realising that the defensive line wasn't set, and he's just given away a cheap penalty from a poor kick.
There we are, expertly put there by Doug Randall, injured player of Oxford Rugby League, joined us this afternoon as Scott goes down 35 metres away from the try line. Nicely out to the pain train, in he goes, bang. You can see it's like a wave, isn't it? It's like a watery wave. The Scorpions go back when he goes through there. Scott's driving through, been very impressed with him today. He's had a try, made some good yards with the ball. Kitson again takes it very quickly, drives again. He really is enjoying himself, almost saying to Tim, what did I start as a replacement for? You know, he's got it. Out it'll come. There's a real chance to lose you back out here. Barlow feeds Thomas on this left side to Bly can get the offload, he can, and going over the line to be Matthews in the corner. Well worked, great set, cheap penalty, gave all the ascendancy back to Oxford.
Well, that's it. I mean, a poor kick just put South Wales under pressure for that 3 minutes or so, and it all really started from there. But what a finish. Matty Blythe poked through a hole and a good offload for Matthews to finish.
You enjoying this, Steve?
Yeah, I am now.
You are now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said for trying different things from the kick-off. Little grubber kicks every now and again just to catch the opposition off guard. I don't think that was the intention there, but if you vary your kicking, you can create mistakes.
Louis Richards then 4 metres in from this touchline on this near side as Oxford attack the posts away to my left-hand side. It'll be down the Oxford left. He's got a left peg on it. He's going to try and take it away. He's 22 metres out. Addresses the ball. He's given it a very good smack, and he's done exceptionally well. That's a decent one. We're right down the barrel of that. And 18 points to 12, and the first time in the match, Oxford Rugby League find themselves in front.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be an important lead. You know, looking at South Wales throughout the season, they've started games well and kind of drifted off towards the end. So provided we can keep our neck out in front, we should be able to seal this game out.
Anything you've seen out there that you'd have done differently, Dougie? Put you on the spot.
No, not really, to be honest with you. I think we've been adventurous in the right areas. I mean, 1 or 2 mistakes under the high ball, but you know, they're not the easiest to take in this win. So I'm happy with it, really.
So you should be. Tim's a little bit more alert on the far side. Tim Watch, we call it. He's now sat up at the back of the stand. Keeps himself well away. The kick has been taken nicely by Richards. Richards fed Scott drove forward. And now Matty Bly goes up towards the 40-metre line. Minyaka back on. As looks like Kitson's maybe having some treatment. But looking out there, again, Oxford up to 45 metres. Minyaka feeds it out. Nice go again. In goes Payne. Payne's lost the ball in the tackle. What's the referee given here? He's lost in the tackle. What a phrase. And it's going to be a scrum just in South Wales Scorpion territory with their put in. And talking of territorial advantage, that goes straight back to the Scorpions, doesn't it, Doug?
Yeah, it does. But as long as we defend well, it shouldn't have too much of a difference. Just need to try and keep them as close to their half as possible to not allow them an attacking kick at the end of the set.
Well, that's a nice run there, jinking run in the middle there by Sheridan. Not made a lot of yards, but now they go forward and the big man drives into it. Patillo, who makes his Iffley Road debut, was signed by Oxford but didn't actually play. Little overlap, Joy goes in, strong challenge again from Oxford on their 30-metre line. Taken quickly, quick ball being played. Emanuele, little offload there. Coming in is Connor Davis, hit hard, 21 metres still. They're driving forward. Farah, Emanuele looking for the overlap. There is a chance. There's a few dark blues there. They should be able to hold him up here. Although Sheridan's done very well to get it back inside, and this time he finds one of the replacements. And it's still a chance for South Wales. Emanuele with a chip and chase in the far side. Good work there by Jones Bishop. Catches it inside the try line. Breaks that as well. Real pace coming out. Wants to start things off. Takes a tap on the 20 metre. In he goes, in straight into Connor Davis's face. He does well. He's a strong lad as well, isn't he? He's got some pace about him.
Yeah, he does. He's a handful, his old Bish.
He is. He's strong. He's like a mini sumo, a slim sumo wrestler.
He's got. You can just see the shape. He's got the build, narrow hips, big shoulders, big chest. Payne goes driving through. Now Thomas goes forward, almost up to the 45 metre mark. And it's going forward again. Alusia, who has slipped in quite seamlessly into this Oxford side. Now 35 metres away from the try line. Minyaka picks it up, tries to drive as well. Maybe taking a leaf out there. Offload to Alusia. Alusia looking out for a big booming pass out to his left and finds Matty Blight. Matty Blight with the sort of ponytail trot there. Lays it off. And in the end, loose hands, but Oxford will retain the football. Six more tackles. Richards to Matthews, who's got 2 tries right against the touchline. What have we got this time? Referee decides we're going to pull play back. But Matty Bly gets it and he sort of pops the old dressage pony leg up to try and do a sidestep. I haven't seen it work yet, though. You know what I mean? Just pops that leg up, thinks he'd do a sidestep, runs straight into the man. I'm not sure that's working.
I think it's called the Mari sidestep, actually.
Is it really?
Yeah, just straight through.
I think that's more like the hot chocolate sidestep. It doesn't really work, does it? You know what I mean? What do you reckon, Steve?
He's all right, old Matty.
Oh, he's a hell of a tash.
Yeah.
Anyway, Oxford move on.
I thought he was playing for Bradford this week. I didn't think we had him, but...
Yeah, glad we are. A little handoff by Jones Bishop. Far side as Oxford attack the posts away to my left-hand side. Right out on the right. Little layoff. Alusia inside. Barlow. Strong again. Scorpions doing well. Trying to get their upend their man. 3 on it. Chance again. Excellent work by Barlow. Little pirouette and a turn as he comes out. The referee's not happy with a few things there. Looks like his arms were saying something of a crossover. What have we got there? Dougie, you are my technical man. You can't see through the pipe.
There was a lamppost in my way there, unfortunately. Yeah. But
dropped in the try attempt again on the far side by Payne.
Yes.
As just went over, tried to slap the ball down, but dropped it. Tim Payne just having a word with the referee. I think he's just said you look terrible in lemon. I think that's what he said. I can't read his lips from here, and the referee's not having any of it. But
I think the Lemon needs to start tidying up around those rocks areas, particularly with South Wales. There's a few tied bodies, and they've been on the wrong side of the rock, causing a bit of mayhem these last few play-the-balls. So he needs to keep an eye out for those.
Scrum, and they come away with it. Joy has it inside his own 10 metres, runs into Alusia, Bly, and Brooker. Back it goes, fed out very quickly by Farah. Farah ably assisted there. I think it's Leather that's gone down with the ball 25 metres away from his own post. Still they work it. Joy is the man the offload comes to, and good defensive work by Oxford. They're snapping into the challenges there by Brooker. Farah comes out. Offside
no?
Massively.
High shot.
Yeah.
I was going to say that Milburn wasn't 10 metres, was he?
He was a marker.
So he doesn't have to be, does he?
No. As long as he's square in front of the tackler, he's legitimate. But I think ref just pulled him up for a little high shot.
I've seen higher.
Yeah.
No, I've seen lower as well. But
Milburn's been pretty quiet since he came back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a useful unit as well. Likes to get involved. Joy gets it now, halfway line for the Scorpions. Goes in, wrapped in by 2. And again, it is Milburn and Minyaka. Comes out. Now the work is going on as Millington tries to offload. Does. Scorpions going forward now inside the 40-metre line. Poor pass, but they've got away with it. Nicely picked up. Good hands by Edwards on the far side. Tries to go forward. Breaks forward some 20 metres out. Tight against the touchline. Has he gone into touch?
Yeah, it was too tight there, I think.
Too tight, and the Oxford lads all applaud each other, and that's a bit of a wasted set. If you waste... How angry does Tim get if you waste a set?
Tim gets angry if we waste anything, including lunch. It is annoying. I mean, rugby league's a game where you really want to look after the ball and have the ball as long as possible. So, I mean, if you give away the ball cheaply, you're only making it harder on yourselves, and that's not really ideal.
That's the... Minyaka is held up by Farah, but it's 20 metres away. I think the referee's given a penalty. It looks like he's given something. I don't know. Here's a penalty.
Something happened in the scrum, didn't it?
Yeah, something happened in... I think it could have been holding on, I don't know. But Barlow's gone for the kick. Bit of a shallow kick. Oxford only on their 30-metre line now. Minyaka to Barlow. Barlow drives forward again. 40-metre line now. A little bit of banter going on. Minyaka, Alusia takes it, runs through 2, tries to go for the offload on the way down, doesn't get it. Knocks it up to the halfway line. Minyaka feeds it out again. In goes the strong worker Milburn. Milburn held up 42 metres away from the Scorpions post. Minyaka, Scott, who has put a pretty good shift in this first half, held up just shy of the 30-metre line. Minyaka with a quick pick-up, trying to make a break, runs in, gets inside the 20. Good offload as well now. Now Barlow has the ball. Held up, referee decides that... Offside. Interesting referee today. Again, they do have a... we can't play a game without an official.
No, we can't.
We need them. We
can't miss
them.
the official, can you?
You can't miss the bloke on the far side. What's his name? I've got to say David Copperfield, or whatever his name is. He is well read. And from the sun, he's going to blister. He is going to blister. I know he's going to blister.
I've got some after sun in the fridge.
You can't do that. He needs to go in the fridge. As soon as he saw the sun, I heard him groan. But what I'm saying is that you can't play the game with 8 officials. It's great to have them on board and all the rest of it, but they do perplex us from the sidelines quite a bit.
I think the key word is interpretation. I mean, every ref can interpret things differently, and you know, you've just got to play to the referee, but you know, it's a good thing we have him.
So the key word's interpretation. I think he's actually in a different language altogether. You know, he's not interpreting the right things for me. The Oxford fans in fine voice on the far side. They lead by 18 points to 12. We're waiting for the hooter. And at half-time, we will have a little bit of audio just to tell you all about Oxfordshire Sports Online. All the W's Oxfordshire Sports Online, or Oxo, if you're a lazy typist, like Steve, who's normally having a pint of John Smith's. It's oxso.co.uk. And we will reflect as Minyaka gets a little bit of treatment on the 30-metre line. Good work for the Scorpions. They opened it with Newbury going over and an Edwards conversion. Then they were pegged back when Scott went over for Oxford. And it was converted by Richards for 6 apiece. Then Joy went over. Good little work by Farah. Reverse pass saw Joy go over. Emanuele converted for 12 points to 6. The Scorpions were ahead. Matthews then got the first of his 2 tries. Converted both times by Richards to give an 18-12 lead. Getting close to the 40-minute barrier for Oxford Rugby League. We're trying to make it 4 home wins on the spin here against South Wales, who have come and belied their position in the table. They have certainly been, as Tim said, they're a side that are in games for an awful long time, but just maybe stamina, whatever, just fall away slightly, and that's a great kick by Emanuele, finding touch on the far side and setting South Wales with the ball, going towards the hooter, 45 metres away from the try line of Oxford. Good break going forward as well there by Hellard, who is on. Little offload now, driving forward. It is the man with 12 emblazoned on his back for the Scorpions. I've lost him completely in my scribble, but coming forward it is Scorpions. Excuse me. Bly holds them up just on 20 metres. Good offload again, dinked in there. Look at him go forward. He's a beast of a man. And I have got to find that number, or else it will bug me forever and a day. It is Barry Phillips with 12 on his back. Going over, he's dropped it. I think he's dropped the ball. I thought he lost the ball as he went in there, and Oxford are actually looking there.
Oh, they'll give it.
Well, I'm telling you, that ball popped out, and I've got great eyesight. The touch judges come over. He lost that ball. Now, Oxford have been penalised twice going over for losing the ball. Milburn and Payne. But I thought that ball came out. What did you think, Steve?
I was convinced it. I mean, the refs, going back to what you said about the refs, they really do need more help from the linesmen, in my opinion. There's potentially 3 referees on the pitch, and they can't get everything right. It's not an easy job, so they need more help, in my opinion. Further ahead than we are. It was a fairly steady half, and the scores are closer than I would have imagined.
18 points apiece. Yeah, it's so you're slightly disappointed then, somewhat, in your first half performance from the side that you cherish down here.
Yeah, slightly. But I mean, last week, they came out in the second half. I don't know what Tim said to them, but it was a much better half. So,
to give us an insight of what Tim might have said to us, Doug.
I think he probably would have said keep it tighter. I think that last try was a bit of a kick in the crown jewels, really. I think we'd probably done the hard work over the 40 minutes, and then we've just given them a bit of a sniff. I think if we'd gone in with 6 points, the mood and the body language would be a lot more positive. But we've now got a very, very, very tough 40 minutes ahead of us and need to make it count.
Kick received by Oxford. They're now attacking away from the city end of this Iffley Road rugby ground. They're going away to our right. Good take by Richards, and now Oxford drive from inside their own 30. It's 18 points apiece. Sheridan tried just before the break, and the ball's gone out again. There's 2 on, surely. There's 2.
A card. I thought he was going to his pocket for a card.
No, he's saying Matty spilt it in the tackle.
But he didn't spill it in the tackle. There's 2 players on there. I can see that from here. I know the difference between 1 and 2.
Yeah, I do see the irony at times that the refs are sponsored by Specsavers. But
irony? That's just flagrant Mickey taking. I always said the wrong word. Right, well, it's a set of 6 for Scorpions there.
I was wondering where you were going with that one.
Yeah, it was, don't worry, Radio Cul-de-sac, my middle name. Right, we're back with the Scorpions in possession.
Payne's injured.
Ball, and Payne has taken a hit to the left elbow. Connor Davis drives forward, and a real chance there. Lucia misses the tackle though, and it's up to the 20-metre line. Farah, Emanuele spears the ball out now, and it's Millington out far side. Leathers on the charge, held up 10 metres away, 3 metres in from that far touchline. Good challenge there by Matthews. Again, Scorpions go again. Joyd tries to go through 2, takes 3 or 4 players to get him down, 4 yards shy of the try line. Now is a real chance. Connor Davis goes in and goes over, and it's an easy try, and the Scorpions are back in front.
Dear.
And Oxford find themselves well and truly on the back foot, and it's now becoming a war of attrition out there. Connor Davis going over, received the ball, drilled it over from 4 yards, and now it should be a real chance for them to extend their lead with the conversion. Easy try, wasn't it?
Yeah, it almost looked too easy, didn't it? I mean, we almost look like we're still in the changing rooms. It's not a very good opening. Well, it's their first set, isn't it? And it's not what we wanted.
And again, it's come from a mistake. Judged by the referee to have seen Matty Blight lose the ball in the tackle. I'm sure there was 2 players there. There's definitely was. So I haven't got concussion, and I thought it was 1 person could rip the ball out, not 2.
I think it's kind of been a recurring theme over our season. Mistake, and it's a word we're trying to cut out week in, week out, and it's less and less, and they've just seemed to crop up this game, just little mistakes here and there, and it's put us 6 points down now. We just need to rectify them.
It's only 1 score, but if those mistakes continue to eke their way into the game, Oxford may find themselves with an uphill challenge. They turned over a one-score deficit to lead at one point in the first half, so it can be done. But as a fan, Steve, concern?
Well, that was a classic. That was the last tackle where they scored from. So Oxford would possibly expecting a kick, but it's like Doug said, it's you should be onto it.
When you run with the ball, you've got to run it surely from 4 metres. You've got to fancy a little sidestep or a dressage pony high kick.
Even if you if it is a turnover, if you turn over down there on the line, then it's as good as
It's got to surely. And again, the ball's popped out in the tackle, and the referee goes over. Matty Bly tries to sprint clear, and Oxford this time have won that refereeing decision. I've got to say won that refereeing decision because he is starting to make me think long and hard about what decisions are coming out. 30 metres away from the try line. I'm putting it in a nice way, Doug. I can't be too sort of £20,000 straight to the rugby league officials just for maligning the lemon.
If you've got 20,000 lying around, I wouldn't mind your job.
Well, you saw the boys come here and put everything together for me. I come in the limousine.
What's on your rider?
Let's move on this near side. It is. I've lost it. It's the tax people will be on to me now. Brooker held up 25 metres away. That's Withy, sorry, yep. There's Brooker. Brooker offloads out of Milburn, captain to 8, pulled down by Connor Davis, scorer of the last
that's the second attempt.
But the referee's not going to do anything about it. Minyaka finds Illusia held up. And again, it's going to be Minyaka, Brooker, Richards to Payne. Payne goes in, Joy's there. That's a real meeting of two worlds. And it comes again. Oxford inside to 10. Quick offload by Bly. Oh, excellent. A hat-trick of tries for Matthews. That from Matty Bly. He's taken the ball as it's come to him from his right. And in one motion, round to his left and out to Matthews to get his third try. And that was sometimes rugby league. Rather simple, doesn't it?
Yeah, quick hands. That was good hands, that. Good rugby.
It was good rugby because he's taken it high from the right and just swung it straight out to the left. Even you'd have scored that one, Doug.
I'd like to think I would have scored it, but
you would have. I have every faith in you. Even with a bad ankle and a couple of crutches, you'd have gone over with that one.
Do you know what? Over 10 metres chasing a kebab, I could probably beat anyone.
Where's Richard anyway? He's still down there.
He's over
no,
there.
Mike. No, oh man. Sits in the corner here. There's just a set of empty cans there. Our technical man's gone. He's at the Botley kebab and he's been there a while, which is worrying. He's gone for seconds. Richards now with a chance of the conversion to try and level things up.
Do you reckon he's got my order?
Well, it was on a big bit of paper. There was a lot on there. You even blunted your crayon. It is Richards to try and convert this. Wide on the far side, looking at the touch judges. Oh, he's hit the right hand upright. So it's 22 points to 24. Scorpions lead this high scoring battle down here at the Iffley Road Rugby Ground as the touch judge has swapped sides.
You can feel the heat from here, can't you?
He's very red, isn't he? Very red-headed.
I think he's run out of sun cream as well.
You do think that if his wife gives birth and he comes out with black hair, he is going to have a few questions to ask there because he's got the stronger gene, I think. He has the stronger gene there.
The milkman's son.
It's just it's a shocking colour, but it's a great colour. It really is. Just before I get sort of hammered from all quarters, especially Scotland. Anyway, Oxford receive the ball. Matty Bly drives forward, who's played a big part in that hat-trick of tries for Matthews. Minyaka, Payne. Oh, what a big hit that was for Joy. He got no joy from that whatsoever. Payne up to the 40 metres. Back to Minyaka. Minyaka finds Scott. Scott now over, up towards the halfway line. Held up by a good 3 or 4.
Yeah, big unit. Yeah,
he's been very impressive today. He got the first try and his work has been unbelievable. Thomas involved now. Turns away inside of Davis, but he only just goes over the 40 metre line. Referee, fifth tackle, drops it out. Hooked high, over the top by Barlow.
Oh,
bounces right on the touchline. Good judgment on the far side by the Scorpion back there. I believe that was Sheridan, got across there. Where's he going? Where's your money line, Doug? Come on.
I'm always gonna bat with the home team. They're my team. You know, they're more than capable of doing it, but I just think it's going to be a 2-point ball game. It's fine margins now, really.
Any other cliches you can pop into the last line?
I've got quite a few, really.
Ifly thriller.
Near sight.
Got a few puns.
Strong one there by Newbury, who's been held up, pushed back by Jones Bishop and Barlow. And it goes. Dumped unceremoniously down right in front of the stand here. Scorpions trying to get there. Manueli, little offload to Connor Davis, runs straight into Scott. And my main man Barlow just getting up towards the halfway line. Back it goes. Manueli with a kick. In behind Matthews on the far side. Oh, what a horrible bounce that was. Matthews gets it down on the 20-metre line. In fairness, the bounce was horizontal back towards him, but it sat up nicely. Brook up to Thomas. Thomas now, little sidestep, runs into the grateful and loving arms of two. Good offload though in the tackle. There's a look down. They've made it up towards their own 40-metre line. Oxford. Matthews to Blight. Blight, faced by Wall, just limited his options. Gets good offload to Brooker. Brooker though, absolutely 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrestle him to the floor. He's trying to get up. Hanging on there. Minyaka has to step over the man. Barlow, Payne, Thomas offload on this near side. Great bit of work here. Alusia tries to go between two. What a superb challenge that was. An excellent tackle by Edwards. Got himself nicely down. In it goes. Milburn to Minyaka. Minyaka tries to step inside. Gets it to Scott. Scott with a chance to run. Inside the 10. Will get pulled down. As the Scorpions hold him up 2 metres shy of the try line. 5th tackle. Minyaka feeds it back. Thomas now finds Barlow. Barlow to Milburn. Milburn, little tap through. Jones Bishops tries to get on it, beats the pair of them out. Good set though, Doug, good set.
Yeah, it's certainly opened up, and you know, we're getting into the right areas now, and just all we need one chance to execute, and we're in the lead.
Pivotal, that missed conversion though. Hit the upright.
Fine margins.
It is fine margins, but that fine margins is 2 points difference in the score, isn't it? It's maybe not enough to make a big scene about it, but as you move, you said it's a 2-point ball game. It is indeed. You go that with 30 minutes of play plus. Don't forget it's a running clock that stops every time it goes out of play. Those 2 points always could come back to haunt you. Could come back. Scorpions up to their 40-metre line. Again,
could come down to a 1-pointer. You never know.
Yeah, it could be. It could be getting on to the last couple of minutes, and a drop goal just making that little bit of a difference to make it more than a score. Coming forward again, Scorpions up to Oxford's 40-metre line. Scott again, very strong, very solid. Kitson, haven't seen him on the bench on the far side. He had his right thigh heavily strapped up. Good kick again. Matthew does well. Big strong challenge, and in fairness, the challenge came in from Sheridan. He actually trapped the ball against Matthews, who looked he might have lost it in the tackle. Thomas comes forward. That looked a bit high, being held up just on his own 20-metre line. Good work all the time. Scott actually makes his way off the field for Oxford to be replaced. He's put a real shift in. Minyaka makes a good break as well this time, over the 40. And Luke Evans is on at 25. And now Oxford try and build halfway line. Bly loses the ball in the tackle. Good work by Evans, gets onto the loose ball, but I think that could be a knock on.
Yeah,
it is. Okay, Matty Bly, a man on dual registration, had the ball in the tackle knocked out. Won't be happy with that, will he, Matty?
No, he won't. And I think, you know, Matty's an incredible player, but I think the one thing that annoys me about Matty is he makes everything look so effortless.
Yes, even dropping it.
Yeah, he just looks like one sit up and he's got a 6-pack, you know, and I'm there grafting every day and I don't look like that.
Well, first of all, you have a full head of hair. Great break here. Newbury on a break. Gets away from Jones Bishop. Should get over the try line. Will get over the try line. and that could be a little bit of a body blow there. An excellent try by Newbury, and the conversion to follow could make life very, very difficult. 28-22 with the conversion to come. Steve, what looked like a promising opportunity of a 4 from 4 is becoming a real war out there now, isn't it?
It is. Even Tim's got up now. Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it?
The balance went, I thought our best spell was when Kitson was on.
Yeah.
And he's on the far side with his right thigh heavily strapped with an ice pack on it. He's obviously taken a dead leg, but it just seemed to try and make things happen. Yeah. And that spell we were on top, and since then, you know, one of the worries when you play a side that table wise are sat at the bottom is always that you can switch off, and it's been a tough afternoon, hasn't it? Like
Doug said, you know, the old banana skin. I'd like to think that Oxford's fitness will tell, but it's not looking good at the moment.
Emanuele with the conversion, 19 metres out, will address the ball. It's on his favoured side for his right boot. Not a difficult one, we're right down the barrel. And he's done it nicely. You thought he set it out too far wide, like a Roberto Carlos free kick. Popped it wide of the far pipe, and in it came.
It's just one of those goal swings you think you've sliced and it ends up plumb in the middle of the fairway. Unfortunately, he didn't slice it there. So
there we are. He didn't slice it at all. He got a nice bit of fade on it. 30 points to 22. Scorpions lead, and Oxford have a little battle royal on their hands now. Thomas takes the kick, and on the far side, Scorpions inside their own 10 start to make their way out. And they get to 15 metres. Oxford trailing now. You listen to Oxford Sports Online. Go to all the W's, oxfordsportsonline.co.uk, or the simple one, which is OXSO. And you will know how to listen to it. Rebroadcast will be posted later on. And it's a big thank you to Oxbox Radio Player for allowing us the platform to pop it out. Richard Kibbe and Gavin High. Excellent work by Andrade, robbing the man in the tackle, which gives them a chance. And looking there, slightly, Dallymore gets up, looks to his almost apologetic to his teammates for losing the ball in the tackle there, Doug.
Yeah, and it is annoying because, like I said, you really need to keep hold of possessions. When you do give ball up cheaply like he did there, you know, you can only really apologise to your teammates, but this is I can't stress the importance of this set of 6.
Brooker.
We need something.
Yeah. Brooker goes forward. We have a couple of replacements out. Luke Gardner is out there. Brooker held up 22 metres away. Little offload there to Blider, Andrade wrestled to the floor by 4 or 5 Scorpions. 18 metres out. Little tap back to the man. In goes Evans, and that's a big drive by Evans, who's just come on. Got his body quite low. Minyaka's there. Blight spins off of 1, spins off of 2. The offload now to Evans. Evans back to Richards. Richards still a good 3 or 4 metres shy of the try line. What have we got? A whistle here. Bly has taken a hit. I don't know what's gone on there. But going forward is Emanuele to have a word with the referee. He's been called over. Didn't see, there's no signal there. But the referee is trying to... What do you think there? I'm completely perplexed by that one.
I think he was tugging one of the support players' shirts just as a support line was coming in. Just gave him a little nudge to...
Is that a penalty in another set of 6, or is that
just...
Yeah,
it'll be another set of 6 now. And you need 6 points at this point.
In goes...
10 metres out, set of 6.
Evans is driving, still going. He's taken that from fully... He's taken that about 4 or 5 metres. He's been held up, so it'll be a... He's a big lad. He took the ball in, hasn't lost it yet. Also looks quite weary, and he's only just come on, which is a bit of a worry. But
that's his character. That's how he looks, isn't it? He just looks knackered all the time.
He does. Very tired is the word. Oh, Luigi! But the ball is bounced. Gardner will pick it up. A long pass to Lugia. Has just spilt it, juggled it like a first slip at cricket 3 or 4 times, and in the end the final grasp saw it go forward, and that's not what you want in that sort of situation, is it, Doug?
I No.
Knows the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight forward. Doesn't matter what you say. No is short.
I was holding my tongue there, unfortunately,
Yes.
after that.
Now all the good work they've just done has been undone by another mistake, and it's been mistakes that have been
Costly.
the downfall so far of Oxford today. Each of the tries, I think you can point to, not being open up or worked. There's been a mistake or an error somewhere in them.
Yeah, there has. Which is really frustrating. And you can always tell when there's been some silly mistakes because Tim's animated on the sideline. And
If looks could kill, I don't think I'd want to be in the change rooms afterwards.
Yeah,
I think I might do a warm down.
when he's in a bad mood, it's like staring into Medusa, really.
He's solid as a rock on the far side now. Arms, I don't think you could prise those arms apart that are folded across his chest at the moment, and I don't think an interview is a good idea after the game either. Long kick out. Thomas comes out of his own 20 metre line, carries it to almost the 40 metre line, but little offload. Gardner gets his first action. Big orange boots are flying in there, almost up to the halfway line. You can still hear the breeze across our microphones. Minyaka Ulashi goes forward.
Good quick head, play the ball.
Good play again. Minyaka. Evans goes in. Pulled down. Minyaka dead centre, misses out Andrade. Goes straight to Barlow. Barlow to Blythe. Blythe held up, back to Barlow. Barlow now to Andrade. Andrade offload to Evans. Evans spins away from one. Look at the pace of the big man go. Can he make it to the line? What a great try that is. The big man suddenly explodes like a 100-metre sprinter over 15 metres and goes over, and that was... You said he always looks tired. Where did that come from?
That was
excellent.
Fresh legs. Yeah, he doesn't look that big off the field. But yeah, he's a big unit, really, isn't he?
He's compact.
Excellent try. Got it. Span away off of one tackle. Saw it open up and just literally sprinted some 15 metres. Took one over the line with him, just wide of the posts, and chance for Richards here to convert and to make it a very tight 2-point game again, Doug.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. It will be 2 points. But just a quick word on Luke. People forget, and I wasn't at the club at the time, I'd been reliably informed that he originally signed as a halfback, and he's slowly made his way into the front row.
So he's been down at the Botley Kebab van as well then. He's gone from half-back to a full-back. He's solid back now, you know what I mean?
Do you know what? I was a full-back at one point, but Botley Kebab ruined me.
It's ruined many a fine figure. Richard Kibbe knows exactly. Was it good? Just give us a thumbs up, Richard.
Just the chips.
You just had the chips. You
Cheesy?
liar.
Yeah.
You liar. Kebab was coming off there in a flurry. Fine Sunday foot. The conversion's gone over, 28 points to 30. Scorpions still lead by 2 points, but a different complexion midway through the regulation 40 in the second half here. Time will be added on. I expect we'll be playing more like 25, 26 minutes. But now, let's see if the prophecy of Tim Rumford, where Scorpions have been in games for 50, 60 minutes before somewhat finding their stamina stretched, is going to come true. Thomas comes out from under the post, 12 metres, first tackle is hit. Minyaka to Andrade. Andrade buries himself into 2 or 3 up to the 20 metres, holds the ball well. Back to Minyaka again. Minyaka finds the try scorer Evans. New lease of life, takes 2 or 3. He's up to the 35 metre point as they try to get to the halfway line. Minyaka sells a little dummy, 2 or 3 dummies, and actually excellent little American phrase coming up. 10 metre yardage carry there by Minyaka. Back to Evans. Evans finds Barlow. Barlow finds Payne. Payne finds Andrade, who goes through 2, but it's a good challenge there by Farah. Tries to offload, can't offload, and again there's a real chance. That's a very loose 10 metre line if ever I've seen one there. And going forward,
Handover
is Withington. What was that you say?
It's a handover. It's caught on the last tackle.
Caught on the last tackle, but good yardage still though. It means that the Scorpions have got to come out from 22 metres away from their own posts, and we've seen a few handling errors on what is a nice day. haven't we?
Yeah, it's a lovely day.
On a greasy day, you'd sort of think, well, yeah, I can see why that is. Going to be difficult, slippy. But on a day which really should be good, clean handling, there's been a few sort of balls coming loose.
I think on a day like today, you just expect the ball to stick and it's kind of put to the back of your mind. But
is there any? Do you guys use anything on your gripping hand? Matthews has got to get back. He's got to get back very quickly, and the ball beats him out. Little chip and run. What sort of flag was that from the touch judge? Did you see that? I've never seen that before. He's always flapping it like a wing off to one side.
No,
Steve, have you seen that?
Yeah, I think it's
a legitimate, is it?
Yeah.
I thought he was trying to take it off.
I've never known someone attack the touch judges more than the refs. Usually, refs are the vocal point of the game, but...
Well, if he'd have had 2 flags, he would have actually got off the floor. I'm telling you, that's all I'm saying. I do like my officials to be sort of, there, but that was a different sort of... ice hockey's got some different sort of cross-checking and
maybe
all the
his
rest
day
of
job's working at Kidlington Airport, maybe.
Well, that's it. There'll just be a plane on here in a minute. Anyway, let's go back to the rugby league. It's all happening as Oxford with Brooker goes forward. Nice little handoff by Brooker. He's carried the rugby ball up to the 30-metre mark. Excellent break by Oxford now. Minyaka. And it's coming out again. Richards gets involved. And Drade goes through 2, being held up there as a third joins in. 25 metres shy of the try line. Chance again. Little chip and charge. This time it goes forward by Barlow. Underneath it is Matthews. Excellent take on the far side. Knee up, ball into the body. Now deep inside their own 20. Scorpions managed to just make a few good yards there, in fairness. Little sidestep. Matthews is palmed off a little bit too easy for my liking. That's a great carry now. A very, very good carry as well. I think that's Newbury that's carried it a long way. Nope, it's Sheridan. Sheridan to Farrar. There's a real chance again. This time it's Edwards jinking one way and then t'other, just shy of the halfway line. Oxford snap into the challenge. Change on the far side going off as well. We'll tell you about that in just a moment. Leather is held down just over the halfway line for the Scorpions. And it goes. Here comes the kick. It's just a straightforward one. It's a difficult one as well. Gardner comes to take. Yes. Does take. Not a comfortable take, but takes well. Just bobbled in the fingers, but he pulled it into the body. Illusia driving forward now. Up to the halfway line. Real solid take. Scorpions strong in defence there. 2 of them holding up. Now there's a chance again. Withy goes forward. Okay, just held up. 35 metres. Minyaka. Illusia again is the target. In he goes into a wall of white. Holds it up. Also trying to get themselves back on. Just 2 points down. Richards gets it to Blythe. Blythe, quick hands to Thomas. Thomas, though, runs into a couple on the far side. Still a good 32 metres away. Here comes the kick again. Hung up high this time by Barlow. Right under the post as well. And it's gone through touch. And that'll be what, Doug?
20 metre restart, so we'll just bring it out to the 20, tap and go.
Tap and go. Where's your hopes here? This 2 points is hanging around like a bad smell now, isn't it?
Yeah, I kind of regret saying it at the moment because it looks like I'm on the wrong side of a prediction as it stands. But the aim now will be what we call a trap set, where we try and keep the opposition in their 20 and really try and push the field position.
Steve, are you hopeful?
Yes. As I say,
you sound really hopeful, in fairness, if I'm honest with you. You're solidly behind that prediction.
So much conviction in the...
No, I don't know what Doug's take on it is, but from a fan's point of view, the Oxford tackling, we just don't seem to go for the legs. I don't know if it's
not low enough for you.
No, you haven't got the legs, you can't run.
Yeah, there we go. Do you work in the police force, by the way?
What, at my height?
Normal wisdom guy. Right, we are digressing here. The trouble is we're digressing because it's so finely balanced that it is slightly difficult to call. Little chip there going forward by Millington, picked up by Matthews, who scored a hat-trick of tries today. That looked a little bit high. You heard a little wince in across there. Minyaka finds Thomas. Thomas just over the 40 metres, spins one way and then the other. Got a chance of a break here and a run at 2 or 3 here. Feeding his way out to the left. In the end, he's caught surely offside from the tackle. and that was somebody coming back, and I'm sure that was offside, Doug.
I think it was. I'm not quite sure what the refs called, but it's our penalty, so it's a good decision by the referee.
I have to say, we're going to have to do something about that stride as well from the injury man. Looks like he needs to treat himself by the way he's just come on there.
Gary's a relaxed figure, Mr. Dependable in the changing room.
Yeah.
Last year's physio was much prettier though.
Really? There we go. I don't know. Look at that. Look at that for a run, eh?
You can't miss him though. He looks like an orange.
He does.
Rather than a lemon.
Well, it was offside for the tackle, and they kicked there. Barlow's gone for a bit of position, and that means that Oxford will have about 11 metres. Minyaka into Brooker. Brooker decides to run into Joy. Goes straight past. Little offload.
Yes.
Blythe goes over. This time it is a try, and the work there from Brooker. It's got to just say he's made that try for Blythe, hasn't he, by that break?
He has, and it just goes back to the point about tackling. You know, that's why you don't go for the legs. You know, if you don't wrap the ball up first, it can really hurt you. South Wales went to try and take Marcus's legs, you know, left his arms free and basically gifted Matty Blythe a try, which he finished well.
So there you are. You've been told,
Yeah,
Steve, if you don't go for the legs, you know,
be,
that's it. You know,
yeah, I mean, ideally you don't want the top, one at the bottom, would you? But yeah, it's a fair
you
point.
want one on top and one at the bottom, Dougie. Answer that back. Yeah, you started this.
I think tackle selection's a key point in any rugby game. I mean, you know, sometimes the legs are the best option, and sometimes wrapping them up top. You know, everyone's got their own preference.
Yeah, fight. What we do have is a very even game now, and without the conversion, which is Richard's option here, it's 32-30 by my calculations, to see if they can tie this up. I've just got to double check I've got my score right here, but Richard's 20 metres out.
You can't look at the scoreboard, it never works, does it?
No, it doesn't. In fact, it's awful.
Played 88 minutes now.
There we are. I think that is... I'm not sure about that scoreboard at all, in fairness. I've definitely got 20... I'll have to go through this in a minute. I will. Too many. Why can't it just be simple like 1-0?
Listen to Tim, and he'll announce it in a second. Won't he?
Oh, no, I have proved Tim wrong a couple of times this year. Richards goes for the conversion. He's missed it again.
32-30, I think, isn't it?
I think I've got 32-30 here.
Yeah, I think it is.
But we'll wait for Tim.
I regret the 2-point prediction at the moment because it's fingernail stuff.
You've got a lot of regrets. I've seen Twitter. Don't forget at Oxford_sports. You know.
Don't think I want to look at the Twitter feed after this.
Oh, you're being sluiced. In South Wales, you're in serious trouble.
There you go.
I was right, Steve. I had calculated it quite correctly, but I was just starting to worry because there's a lot of scribble on my bit of paper down here. As you know, you are listening to Oxford Sports Online, OXO, OXSO, if you're a lazy typist. And we go around covering the uncovered. This will be posted by our man, Mr. Kibbe, very shortly after today's proceedings, so you can go back and listen. And it's a low flat kick. Minyaka takes it beautifully, gives it to Evans. Evans, the scorer today, 20 metres out, runs into that wall of the Scorpions, who hold him up. He's made it though to 25 metres. Minyaka, who has started to be a little bit more inventive on the football, is held up just shy of the 40-metre line. Thomas Andrade. Good grief, what a break by Andrade. It's a one-on-one here. Offload comes. Thomas takes it as well. Excellent offload by Andrade. Thomas will go under the post. Oh, what a really, really good try that was. And you've got to give credit to Andrade there. He made the break, gone some 15 metres. It was a one-on-one for him. Little offload to his right. Tomo was there, curled the ball in with his arm, under his arm, and off he went. And that really has put a few smiles on the faces, Steve.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep it short, son, don't worry.
No. That was Jordan's. He's a good player. He got dropped, didn't he, at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, after the Lee Miners game, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was I think that was a very, very good try.
Yeah.
And well made. He burst through, didn't he? That's what you want from your men, isn't it?
He has some afterburners, Jordan. I wasn't quite expecting that, but no, I mean that's what you want from a strong, solid line, and it just seemed to dissect the South Wales defence. You know, Tim's predictions looking good about dropping off at the beginning of games, so or towards the end of games. Sorry. So
And your 2 points is getting a bit safer as well.
do you know what? I've stopped sweating.
You've stopped sweating. The conversion popped over this time. I was looking down at my score sheet, so and we were having a bit of fun there, weren't we? You're looking at your phone. He's looking at his John Smith.
I'm trying to hide my Twitter feed at the moment. Change my name on social media.
There we are, Dougie Randall at Dougie Randall. Randall the handle is what it is. That is
Doug the Slug.
We've heard that one as well. We better not go there. It's still Sunday afternoon. Remember. There we go.
What time's Watershed?
Well, they say after 9, but that was last night, wasn't it? So it could still be construed as after 9. Evans comes out from under the post. It was converted, 38 points to 30. As Oxford now try to. It's over a score now, isn't it? And that's the main thing. It's that 2 points now plays in favour of Oxford, because that's just the big one, really. Once it's over a score, once it's an awkward score, they've got to do a lot of work. They've got to carry the ball as well if they get a try from deep. Matty Blythe drives up to 40 metres. Hopefully you're enjoying this. It will be posted, as I say, the rebroadcast will be out there. Listen to the words of wisdom, the pearls of wisdom from Dougie Randall, the man that's making his way back from a serious injury. Good to see him back on his feet. Danny Thomas with a grubby kick there. It's gone through here. Who's going to get onto it? Matthews with a sidestep. Here's a real chance here. Oh, you heard the groan from Doug. The ball bounced around like a Mexican jumping bean. It just didn't sit nicely for Matthews, who was cutting in. But you've also heard the kind words of Steve Jones, fan extraordinaire, Warrington man, born and bred. Come down here, follows Oxford Rugby League, and a little bit of tension relieved now, Steve?
Yeah, just a bit. That was, as I say, hopefully the fitness of Oxford will tell now. I mean, you've got to give credit to the Scorpion lads, because they turn up every week. I mean, they haven't got a point yet this season, but you've got to give them credit.
Well, you have, as you say, they've come here for again long periods, and they won't like it if they're listening in down in South Wales. They won't like to hear it. They have competed fully for the best part of 3/4 of this match, and then just that moment when the tempo drops, they find themselves on the wrong end of a scoreline.
Yeah, it's.
Rugby league as well is not. It's not flattering, is it? If you let your guard down for 10 or 15 minutes, Doug, you can find yourself 20 points down and the score looks horrendous.
Yeah, it does. And do you know what? Fair play to Scorpions. I mean, everyone, sort of probably came into this a bit complacent, and they've made a real spectacle of it. And I dare say it, they've probably deserved more out of the game than it looks like they're going to get.
Hallard gets it back. Farrar has always been involved in just about everything. Him and Emanuele, a very good pairing in there. Emanuele held up on the 30-metre line. Farrar now. Oh, that's a poor pass. Curse of the commentator. Blythe picks it up. My word, he'll come over in a minute. He'll say, did you mention my name? Because I've just made my worst rick of the day. And it's Minyaka to Brooker. Brooker driving through up to the 40-metre line from his own post. Gets forward. Joy falls all over him. Minyaka again. Blythe goes out on the left-hand side. Gets held up. Keeps the ball well away from danger. Minyaka now.
Last 5 minutes was the call, so...
Evans into Barlow. Barlow runs into a wall of Scorpions this time. But he's inside the 40 metres as he goes towards the opposing post. Andrade, who's done really well, he likes it now. He fancies he's up for it, isn't he? Taking the ball, wheeling away into the tackle to try and spin out. Richards gets it back. Little grubby kick on the far side. Matthews on the charge. Can he get number 4? No. Good defensive work by the Scorpions.
Got a knock there.
He did get a knock there, and I'm trying to see who it is. He took one, a little bit of a forearm, but he's okay. As the physio makes it all the way out there. Just a quick word, Doug. You've got to mention one of our water carriers from Oxford Rugby League. Has the physique as though he could be a rugby league player, but he isn't. What's his name?
His name's Joe. He
thought you meant Ryan then.
No, that's a different physique altogether.
Ryan's got a lovely physique.
He's definitely
a man that knows his comforts.
He definitely has been Botley kebabbed. It
seems to be a recurring theme during this 80 minutes.
We got some nice birds of prey going above our heads on the front
red
side.
kite being chased by a crow. And look at it.
Look at that, eh? There we go. You can tell we're winning, can't you? Right, let's get back to the rugby. Millington has the ball. He's finally down 40 metres away from the Oxford post. Farah, inside it goes. Dallymore tries to make some yards. Held up, ball is squirted out. Who's going to get onto the loose ball? Looks like a number of people popped out of the challenge. And Brooker's all overjoyed. Back to the rugby. There we go. He's just turned up, waved his flag for no apparent reason. He was nowhere near that bit of play, this touch judge on the near side. Just wandered into our eye line for a bit of a...
This is a good opportunity to look at the offside.
The 10 metre?
Yeah.
Yeah. To see if they retreat.
Yeah.
Last week's was shocking.
Yeah.
It was absolutely shocking. Alongside me was Ollie Smith, who done really, really well alongside me, and he was looking at it. He was almost pulling his hair out. Revising for his exams today, Ollie is.
Bless him.
Hopefully he's got his head well and truly down into his books and not listening to the comic capers of the trio down here today. Brought to you by Oxfordshire Sports Online, because it has been a real entertaining afternoon of rugby league down here, and it looks currently, with my watch showing 39 minutes, and there'll be a few more minutes I added on to that. I've just got a free-flowing clock. Minyaka out, and now it's going to be Barlow. Barlow finds Illusia, who runs into 2 or 3. Back it goes to Minyaka. It comes out. Gardner with a chance. Orange boots. Drives through. Loses the ball in a tackle. Doug puts head in hands once again. It's those mistakes that are so costly, isn't it?
It is, and there's periods, where we're mistake free, and they're the periods we're on top, and then for another period we're making mistakes left, right, and centre, and South Wales we're getting back into the game and edging ahead at one point. So.
The water carrier, you said his name was Joe.
Yeah, he plays for Oxford Cavaliers. So he's in the second team. I think he's a qualified personal trainer as well.
Has he got shorts on or hot pants? They're very tight.
Yeah, I think he's a medium. But I mean, if I had a physique like that, I'd probably be a medium and not an XL.
There's a lot of adjustment going on all the time. That's all. I'm just a bit worried. I've just glanced up a few times. There's a lot of manoeuvring going on. Anyway, Scorpions are back on the attack. They are 30 metres away from getting another try. Chance again. Emanuele looking for the crossover. It's nicely played. Time still ticking.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. And they've got to get a score and a drop goal. Farrar tries to chip and chase. Gardner goes back. Oh, that was wobbly hands by Gardner. And that is not good at all. It wasn't a nice one to take, was it?
No, it's difficult with those bouncing balls, and particularly the rugby ball. I mean, who knows which ways it's going to bounce, but it's only going to be a dropout, so it's not as costly as it could have been. So,
there was a Joe joke in there when you said about, but I avoided it. I'm just referencing it from distance. All right, it is.
Number 32, Andy Matthews.
Andy Matthews got a hat-trick of tries today. He's the man of the match for Oxford Rugby League.
Well done.
That's a big hit there by Andrade, just as the galloping Scorpion came forward. Still got a chance. Rugby kick again, surely offside, but Thomas will have to deal with it. Does deal with it. Slips the offload to Gardner. Gardner now coming out from inside his own 30-metre line. Held up. That could be the defining play. Barlow. Ulagi loses the ball in the tackle again.
Penalty.
Looks like there's a penalty this time. Looks like it was
stripped, I think.
Phillips is adjudged to have made the illegal play. And Oxford now. Thomas kicking for position, and that's a good kick. That's a very, very good kick. Gains a good 40 metres and puts Scorpions right back on their back foot. Kitson hasn't been used at all. Must be a hefty thigh injury. Chance again, and it goes. Andrade through. Score of a good try. Runs into Phillips of the Scorpions. Brought down 22 metres away.